Do y'all know how many people just aren't likable?
Millions, and I would say billions.
Billions?
On the planet, yeah.
Yes. Like, people just aren't. And it's probably the toughest thing as someone who coaches other professionals. Like, Karina, if you weren't likable, how would you like me to tell you that? Like, how do I say, hey, just don't think people like you?
That's not allowed in 2026, Dustin. You know you can't do that.
No, with this new administration, you can do whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children 18 plus, you are tuned in to the Loan Officer Podcast with me, Dustin Owen, and my main man,
JC
John Coleman.
Yo, what's poppin'?
You and I back in the saddle again.
Shout
I'm
out to
so
all
happy.
the low producers out there.
Shout out to all the low producers. JC loves you so much. He is back for the second time in January to be featured on TLOP, a show that he helped build, create, and as much as he tries to run from, we don't let him. We coaxed him in with 2 Heinekens and a shot.
Give me nothing.
Well, we promised you.
I know, but
we promised you 2 Heinekens and a shot of tequila.
Might have to go up.
What do you like to drink?
Respa Section 8. No, it's Reposado.
I can't even say that.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Reposado.
Reposado.
Yes.
Reposado. And then with JC and I is Special K, our producer extraordinaire, Karina Mojica. What's up, Karina?
Hello. What's up?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, great to have you. Thanks for doing this for us.
Doesn't have a choice, Dustin.
Well, we pay her.
That's
I mean, her choice is either
exactly,
collect a paycheck,
or not.
come to work,
That's
or
what I'm
not.
saying, so.
Yeah. That's what JC said for 5 years. Like, well, I didn't have a choice. I had to do the show. Yeah, but you know what? You're coming to MortgageCon for at least a hot minute, hopefully, and you do have a choice, right? But then your employer's making you fly up to Ohio.
Yeah, here it's like 4 degrees up there, so.
Yeah, what a great time to visit. Here's what most people don't know. So I resigned from Lower back in November because I wanted to go all things and all things TLOP, right? Lets us do career advisory, lets me get into consulting, lets me do coaching, and really do it for the entire industry. But JC didn't. So JC still has a full-time job. His full-time job is working in the marketing department, doing media for Lower Mortgage. I'm rocking Lower's t-shirt today. Vintage, by the way. This is the old school Lower.com t-shirt.
Can't even find those.
Can't find them. Nope. You have to know someone who knows someone. But that's because just because I resigned doesn't mean I have a bad relationship. Like, I have a great relationship. They're actually one of our show's sponsors.
Yeah.
In fact, speaking of sponsors, what do you think we have to do?
Take time to pay bills or something.
Let's go ahead and take a quick minute so we can listen to some words about today's show sponsor. Y'all, something big is happening at Lower Mortgage. And if you're paying attention to this industry, you've probably noticed. In just the last month alone, Lower has added some serious horsepower. We're talking top producers representing over $350 million in volume. These aren't rookies kicking tires. These are heavy hitters who've done their homework and made the move. That should tell you something. On top of that, Lower just acquired Movoto, a top 5 real estate portal with over 150 visitors just last year. Before that, they brought in Neat Labs, and now they're launching Lower OS, a next-gen mortgage platform that's cutting loan delivery times down to 10 days. This isn't a company standing still. Lower doubled their volume last year, and they're projecting another 40 to 50% growth this year. The best in the business are taking notice, and they're voting with their feet. Here's the reality. The companies that are going to win in this market are the ones investing in technology, building real infrastructure, and competing at scale. Lower is doing all of that. They're going head to head with the Rockets of the world, and they're built for originators, not against them. If you're a producer who wants to be a part of something that's actually going somewhere, not just surviving, but growing, this is the moment. Lower Mortgage, the momentum is real. All right, so now that we're back, it's you, me, and Special K. We get to rock and roll today. And here's what I'm thinking for an episode.
Okay.
So for the past month, I've been traveling, right? I did an event for Novus Home Mortgage, then I went out to Denver, did something for Megastar Financial. By the way, shout out again to Megastar. I just did that event, like the Novus event we've talked about, because I did that a couple weeks ago. Did it for my old boss, still a mentor of mine, a forever friend, Eric Egenhofer, and his entire team, Brian Jensen, and that whole entire crew. But I went to Megastar for the first time. And Megastar has some really awesome female leaders, right? So Mickey Schilling is a friend of mine. She recently went over there as their chief revenue officer, and it's how I got invited to speak at their event. But throughout that process, I got to meet their founder, right? This lady, dude, she's a badass. Like you can see why her people love her so much. So I was excited to be able to do that. We're going to MortgageCon, and then in a few weeks I'm going to Town Bank, where I get to do 2 days with Town Bank. I'm gonna like host a 90-minute workshop just for the managers. Then I'm gonna do a keynote speech, and then I'm also going to host a breakout.
I'm proud of you, man. Shit, this is everything you dreamed of, man.
I mean,
traveling the country, just spreading the word of mortgage.
I can't say I dreamed of it, but yes, John, probably about episode 41-ish for you and I back in 2000 and what was that, 21?
2020, sir.
20, wow, back in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
By about episode 41. Yeah, we were still in 2020 in episode 41. Yes, I probably started putting out into the universe something you taught me to do. Like, hey, what could this end up being, right?
How old were you 5 years ago, Karina? 16, 17?
Whoa, no. 19.
Oh, my God. See,
well, no.
See, these kids don't know how to read or write or do math.
6 years ago? Yeah, I think 18.
Okay,
Yeah, you
so
turned 25 this year, right?
So I was a year
Yes.
off. Wow,
Yeah.
calm your nerves, please.
Okay, yeah. Wow, it sounded so young.
Yeah, well,
Because
you were
you were
8.
still young.
Sounds so...
She was a newly minted adult when you and I started the podcast.
I'm not even an adult.
Well, yeah, you're working on that.
You're
You
on.
turned 40 last year. You still have, some more months before you have to be an adult. But anyhow, no, today's episode is truly about my travels, but not me like bragging about, I was hanging out with Anita, or I'm going to hang out with these people, which I'm going to hang out with some cool people going to these
Bragging. You
events.
just bragged.
It is. I did it. Humble brag, mic drop moment, whatever you want to call it. But no, it's the stories, it's the lessons, it's the conversations that we're having. And it's also some of the things that we're teaching right now. We have 4 ways that people can coach with TLOP. Like now that I've gone intentional, we still have the community. That's like the base. That's what was voted #1 value. But we have elite coaching, right? That's where you get one-on-one. We have small group coaching. We call it advanced. And then we have our signature boot camp. Like anytime you hear me talk about, Ben in Boston did $52 million. By the way, shout out to Ben in Boston.
Shout out Ben.
He's with
Wow.
CMG Home Loans. $52 million last year. He was one of the first people to ever graduate from my launch. When I met Ben, he had never closed a loan. 6 months in the industry, never closed a loan. So like we have these coachings, and I'm having these conversations. So what I'm talking about today is everything that's coming up. So I'm going to hit you both with this. Okay. I want you both to answer, because I started my keynote at Megastar with something very similar. What if I told you in 5 years a robot was going to take your job? Okay, like think about that. Like let it sit. What if I told you in 5 years a robot was going to take your job? What would you do different? Knowing that, like if you knew in 5 years, like would you give up? Would you triple down on your efforts? Like how would you approach your day knowing that in 5 years a robot takes over?
Well, I've been giving half-ass effort since I started, so nothing would change with me.
Okay, so everything for you is status quo, and
Copacetic.
you'll figure it out in 2030.
Yeah.
Okay, Karina, how about you? Because you turned 25 this year
Yeah.
on your birthday, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, on my birthday.
Yeah, you always turn a new age on your birthday,
I had to
right?
think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I think I would try to double down more, maybe get to the emotional side of things, I guess, because I feel like that's what people always talk about, how they can't do the emotional part of communication, and I don't know.
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. So like you would double down your effort though.
Right.
Like you'd go all in for the next 5 years.
I would keep trying.
Yeah, and that's how I started that keynote.
There's definitely some things that robots can't do. Like there has to be.
Oh, that's what you meant by the emotional side.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You would
Yeah.
start figuring out like your whole human intelligence,
Right.
how to communicate. So you would start shifting a little bit of your effort, but you would also go all in these next 5
Right,
years.
for sure.
No, and that was my message to these loan officers, and really to our fans and our audience who tune in. It's like, look, if you only had 5 years, like I don't think robots are going to take over. I think if you're a mortgage underwriter, I think if you work in compliance and quality control, I think if you do a lot of things that are pushing paperwork from one side of the desk to the next side of the desk, a robot could take over. But as long as you're consumer facing, you're an advisor, you have to deal with people's emotions, and people for the most part are hot messes. I think we're the last to go, whatever that looks like. So I said, if you only had 5 years, what would you change and where would you grow? Because change is a choice and growth is a choice. And some people choose not to, and that's totally okay. Some people choose to do. But then I hit them with this. What if I told you only had 5 years to earn, save, and invest 20 years worth of income? Because then it's like, what would you have to change? And for some people, John, you'd be like, dude, I am not driven by money.
Yeah, tap me out.
Correct. I mean, we heard that. John and I had a heart-to-heart back in Q4 of 2025 where he had to look me dead in the eye and say, what part of I don't care about money do you not understand? And still today, I'm like, still don't get it. Not me, not how I was wired. But for loan originators, for real estate agents, for financial advisors, for entrepreneurs, right? People who work in careers where income is unlimited, I would say to them, like, if you could earn, save, and invest 20 years worth of income over the next 5 years, then what would you have to do? And that's really the mindset I'm trying to get most of our coaching students around when I'm giving these keynote presentations in front of hundreds or thousands of mortgage professionals. I'm trying to get them around that because, and John, you know this, unfortunately for you, fortunately for me, I've been able to share it with you, but unfortunately for you, you've heard it for 5-6 years.
Okay, what's this one?
Yeah, Karina, you never heard this. So I kind of have a new
yeah,
audience,
now
right?
you can start all
First
over,
time for
Dustin.
me.
Yeah,
Recycle.
yeah. You know, I've already shifted my producer extraordinary from JC
Just
over to
adopted,
Special
yeah.
K,
Just gave it right away.
and now I have someone else to talk to, or as John would say, talk at. But like, there's a time in my career where I was able to earn 5 years worth of income in 20 years worth of income in just 5 years. Like, you can pick any part of 2011 all the way through 2021. And I was very fortunate in the mortgage industry doing what we all get to do for a living. If you're a mortgage loan originator or a real estate agent or financial advisor, they're all pretty similar in terms of like income potential and task roles, responsibilities. But I was able to earn basically 20 years of income. Like, if you compare it to a teacher, a cop, a firefighter, heck, a school principal, a nurse, even some engineers, you have that opportunity. So right now, that's what we're coaching. Right now, we're talking about that. It's like that mindset of the what if. But John, you've always said to me, if robots take over, then do I need money?
Yeah, I'm more curious about that, Dustin, because eventually, as you do know, as much as you study money, you know we're going to move off of a fiat currency.
So I've been told.
And so when a fiat currency is established, for those simpletons who doesn't know what that means, who doesn't know, who don't know what that means, it's like no more cash or coins. Like what they did with the penny, they phased them out. So then everybody's going to be on a universal basic income. So all the money you're saving in 5 to 10 years means nothing, because you'll have a digital ID, which they've already rolled out across Britain. And if you don't want to get one, cool, you can't access anything. So that's the future we're headed towards. So loan offers out there, save up all you want, probably won't matter.
Yeah. Like, even that's kind of like, how do I wrap my head around that?
You
I
won't
can't.
be able
I
to-
can't. I'm too much of a
What is it,
simpleton.
Larry Fink? Who's that guy that runs that company that nobody likes? Blackwater? Who's that guy?
Well, BlackRock?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that
Yeah.
Blackwater, whatever.
Yeah.
They all know.
Well, Blackwater is like a special ops. They go into foreign countries
Right, that's what you
and
do.
kill leaders.
That's what you do.
That's what I do
more
on the
like-
side.
Yeah, that's what you do on the side. Yeah, they're all talking about it. I mean, the cabal that runs the money, the monetary fund or whatever. Yeah, they're all going to roll out this plan for us to get digital IDs, and that's where all your money's going to be stored. All the banks are going to go away. So, I mean, save up, children.
Yeah, no, we always give shout outs to our friend Casey over at Zenix, and we love her company and everything they've done for the mortgage industry for the past 20 years. Her husband Rob is hardcore into death to the death to the fiat currency.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, we connected at an MBA conference like a couple years ago, and my head was spinning. And the best part is, we took my chief of staff, our VP of ops, Mark, right? We call him Money Mark.
Money Mark.
We're going to bring Money Mark on the show one day.
One day.
I tried to get him on today. He's like, I can't do it. I don't have the energy for it.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Mark, who loves to geek out on conspiracy theories, he was enamored by Rob. Like, Rob's just going off, and Mark's like, I read that too. I watched that video. But it'll be interesting. But here's my take on anybody who thinks, we're going to, be done with the fiat currency. We're going to have universal income. Everything's going to be done on a digital footprint or thumbprint?
Digital ID card.
Digital ID card. So if that's the case, does that mean Warren Buffett is still no longer one of the richest people? Is Elon Musk no longer one of the richest?
I think it's like one of the credits, like when you trade in your tickets at like one of those gaming machines. I have 500,000 worth of tickets, but here's like a piece of gum. I think it's going to be like that. So, like, sure, if you have like a lot of money, you might get transferred to have more like life tokens, whatever the hell they're going to call it. But I don't know. They might just hit a hard reset where everybody starts at 10 again.
In the investment world, they call that dilution, right? When we dilute someone's shares, all of a sudden you're like, hey, I used to have 30% of the company. Now I have 3%. Like, oh yeah, you were diluted. We brought in more money. We brought in more investors. You still own a piece of it, just not as much.
Correct.
But the goal of dilution would be, what if your 3% was still worth more than the 30%? Well, then that doesn't matter, I guess, how much I own in terms of percentage. It matters most what's the company worth.
Can you buy a house yet legally? Can you obtain a mortgage with Bitcoin yet?
Ooh, you can use Bitcoin in certain loan programs for your loan reserves, and certain investors, probably not your qualified mortgages, right? Not your Fannie, Freddie, FHAs, but your non-QM. Yes, they are slowly allowing us to use some of those stable coins and Bitcoins.
No way.
Yeah, for reserves, maybe even down payment. Yes, there is a way to do it. I'm sure I'm going to get fact checked the hell out of, right, by our audience.
No, that doesn't happen anymore either. Nobody fact checks. No. If you have a microphone in your face in a podcast, people are like, he's right.
Is that what it is? Because
yes,
I look at our YouTube comments, Sean, and no, we get fact checked plenty.
Well, shit, comment away then.
But dude, we got trashed. We did an episode with Vern Miles, who, by the way, shout out to Vern. He's become a friend. He's become a great supporter of TLOP. The dude crushes it, has his own mortgage company up in the New England area. Shout out to Vern. And we did an episode on the trade show floor of AIM.
You love letting this shit get to you.
Oh, I do, right? And then someone's like, your audio quality sucks, get better microphones.
If a homeless guy you were passing said, fuck you on the street, would you feel bad?
I feel bad for him because he's homeless.
Stop. We all have life choices. But that's how you should feel about people who comment on the internet, Dustin. People who comment on YouTube are same as
like what that guy needs to understand is, like, AIM paid us to go up there, and they got to choose where we podcasted, and it made for their event to be cooler and better because we were on the trade show floor.
It was probably, I keep telling you, Dustin, they're bots. The people that comment aren't real people. You're arguing with an algorithm, so you will never win.
Oh, cool. That guy can go F himself. How about that? I'm going to fist fight a bot. I'm going to go find a bot so I can get to a fist fight with him.
Okay, so back on what you learned.
But back on the one thing I would want to say about what you said. The thing about you said that she said that he said.
Yes.
My hope, and maybe because I'm someone who has been able to save and invest pretty decently over the past 20 years, is I still hope I kind of have a leg up when we go to that digital footprint that you're talking about, the digital ticket system.
I don't know, man.
Because I think it'll be harder if we go to universal income because robots take over. It'll be harder for somebody to accumulate wealth.
Correct. You'll have a head
start.
So
for those that have it, we're like, hey, we made it.
I don't know, but yes.
Maybe so.
I hope so.
Yeah, for my sake.
For your sake. Because I'll be the first one knocking at your door when I only have 15 tokens in my account. When after checking, I'm like, what the fuck happened? These Louis bags ain't worth shit. All right, what's next?
All right, so the second thing that has come up recently, and I loved this. I even gave this guy a shout out on LinkedIn. So I met him at one of the conferences that I was speaking at, and he came up, we chatted, which is sometimes my favorite things. Yeah. Right? Like anytime you go to a conference, I tell people the best, most meaningful time spent is from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Getting smacked at the bar.
Having a couple drinks is okay.
And then dipping out to smoke a bowl and then coming back in, and it just makes everything so much better.
Yes, that's how you and Karina do it, right?
No. I've done that with multiple mortgage professionals. I just forget all their names, but they remember me.
Yeah, was it the shot of Patron plus the bowl that made you forget their name, or was it your lack of care?
Lack of care, Dustin, and thank you for caring about me enough to know that I don't care. So that means a lot that you said lack of.
I tell you what, we're doing this TLOP cruise in September. You and Karina together with your bowls to smoke. Are you allowed to bring it onto a cruise ship?
I have been on a cruise before, but now they say they're a little bit stricter at the port, so I just have to find a better hiding spot.
See, I probably shouldn't say.
No, you should. No, go ahead, Karina.
You should. Yeah. Tell me. Speaking to the microphone. Speaking to the mic.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
I've snuck liquor, but I'm scared to sneak.
That's like sneaking mini bottles on an airplane. It's a federal offense, but you won't get caught.
Yeah, I guess. I do want to try it with that stuff. I'm just nervous.
Put it in your bra. That's what my aunt does.
I don't want to say it. I don't know what I can and can't say on here.
My aunt is in her 50s. And she will go ahead and just put like a 1/4 ounce in her bra and walk straight through.
Got to do it.
Like it's nothing.
Real story though. I ended up smoking in Jamaica at like a restaurant because I just thought like I'm in Jamaica.
Well, yeah, that's
Dude
different.
Immediately came up to me. He's like, "You can't do that here, man. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh shit, my bad."
Oh,
I just thought it was like a free. I was about to get arrested, deported,
Yeah.
and this shit would have never happened. But anyway, yes, back to the
that's
T-Lab
crazy.
cruise.
But back to the T-Lab cruise. No, like I love going to events because the people I get to meet.
Yeah.
Right. And usually it's at the after hours. So that this guy comes up to me after his Novus conference where I was a keynote speaker and I did a breakout for him, and he shared something with me. So his something was this. And I'd shared with the audience my belief of how powerful love, structure, and discipline is. And I have a whole entire keynote that I give around those 3 words. In fact, I'll be doing it at MortgageCon. But he said, you know what? I love that. I've never heard that before. Really struck a chord, right? Made his heart smile, as I would like to say. But he said his dad said to him that a man needs, which a woman needs as well, right? Man from a very generic term, human, something to do, someone to love, and something to look forward to. And when he shared that with me, I'd never heard that before. And I was like, damn.
That was at the bar?
That was maybe not the bar, but maybe it was like after I spoke, after the breakout, during like one of the just kind of general, we're walking from one place to one place and we're on a break.
Wow, that was profound.
I
Can you
thought
say that
so,
again?
too.
That
Yes.
was really cool.
Yeah, he goes, man needs only 3 things: something to do, someone to love, and then something to look forward to.
So
I like that.
something to do, play video games.
Okay.
Something to love, the video games, so like PlayStation,
Your
the
wife.
company.
Someone.
And then something to look forward to, going home to play games.
Okay, something to do. John plays video games, and John does enjoy his creative outlet,
Yes.
which T-Lop asks him to do from time to time and Lower pays him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That is
Someone to love. You have 2 someones.
yeah,
He
my
probably
mom-
only loves 2 people, his mom and his
Myself,
wife.
well, me first, but
Okay,
yes.
3 people.
3.
4 if you include yourself twice.
Thank you, Dustin.
Yeah, he loves John. He loves John. He loves JC. He loves his mom, and he loves his wife. Probably in that order.
God damn, Dustin.
Yeah, okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, but then something to look forward to. So what do you look forward to? The next video game console?
I'm honestly, I've been trying to find that. Once you hit a certain age and you don't have like a passion project, you just kind of float through life. And I really need to find what my passion is going to be, like my real passion.
Yeah. What do you look forward to, Karina? Right now. The T-Lop cruise, right? Who's not looking forward to
I
that?
did just get my camera.
Okay.
So I got my Sony A64. So now I'm really looking forward to taking pictures and vlogging and recording, and yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. That's something to look forward to.
What about you, Dustin?
Yeah, what about you?
I'm gonna hold the mirror on you. What?
Something to do. Y'all know I keep myself super busy. Probably like to an extreme super busy between the triathlon training, which I'm looking forward to, and I have something to do. I signed up for my first full Ironman in Portugal in October.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes.
You're going to Portugal to race an Ironman?
Yes, 14-hour race. I'm hoping to do it in 13. Like the good people do it in like under 12. I'll probably do this one. It's pretty hard course.
Hold on.
In about 13 hours.
Hold on.
So yeah, what do you
Next
do?
year you're going to Portugal? Who's going over there with you?
this year, like in 9 months, I'll
Who's
be in
going over there
Portugal.
with you?
You want to go?
You're going over there by yourself?
No, my wife's gonna go. My sister and my niece may go. My parents may or may not go. I don't think they're gonna go. They're gonna be on vacation.
That's cool, man.
But we have like 12 of us from the Central Florida Tri Club. We're all going. Some people are doing the 70.3, which is a half Ironman, which that's what I've done the past 4 years.
But now this is a real big boy
This
shit.
is the big boy shit. This is double everything. 2.4 mile swim. It's a 112 mile bike, and it's a 26.2 mile run. All on the same day, all in consecutive
that
order.
water is cold. What happens if you cramp up?
Wetsuit, and you do it first. So you always do your swim first for safety reasons. You do your bike second for safety reasons.
That was a trap question, Dustin. I'm glad you know. You start with the water.
You start in the water. So I am looking forward to that. But honestly, I'm looking forward to everything that we're doing, T-Lop. Like I talk about it all the time, but I literally have right now a company in Canada has contracted with us to help them first find, but then buy a mortgage company in the States.
Get out of here.
We're helping a bank in Tennessee build out their internal recruiting department. We are onboarding 20 new coaching students every single month. And we're launching T-Lop's Career Advisory Services. Y'all, just yesterday, I gave free career advice to 3 different loan officers. That was a Monday. On a Monday, one guy's a $35 million producer. One guy's a $25 million producer. One guy is trying to leave Consumer Direct and go out on his own. One was in California. One was in Michigan. One was in Atlanta. And they call me for career advice, and I spend 15 to 30 minutes with them, depending on what it was. And for 2 of the people, I was actually able to introduce them to someone that can introduce them to multiple companies that would maybe be a good fit for where they're trying to go. The other person, I gave him advice on how to basically negotiate getting his LOA paid for and how to negotiate 10 bips more in income.
Look at
right?
you.
And I've done that 3 other times over the past 2 weeks, and that's just since the new year started. So, man, you asked me what I'm looking forward to, everything, right? Everything. As someone to love, I have some ones to love. I mean, I really do. I have my friends. I have my wife. I have my kids. So I'm blessed. When I heard that, when that gentleman shared that with me, it put in perspective how blessed I am, because personally, I have many things to do. I have lots to look forward to, and I have lots of people to love. If that's what life is truly about, be a good human, go on adventures. I was like, man, you know what? Let me go ahead and say,
that was easy.
like, it's that quick and easy. Hey, Karina just shot me the 2-0. That means we're over the 20-minute mark. So let's do this. We still have some more bills to pay. Let's take a quick pause so we can hear from one of T-Lop's advertisers. Check this out. What's up, y'all? If you're truly serious about leveling up, breaking through, or bouncing back in your career, more than likely, coaching is going to make sense for you. Rarely does someone achieve the highest level of success by themselves or on their own. They always have some form of a partner, a mentor, or a coach leading them down the right path. At T-Lop's Originator Coaching, you can come and allow us to invest in your future success. There's a reason why we are deemed the #1 coaching community for loan originators. For a small investment, you will be given access to 4 live coaching calls per month. On top of that, we're going to give you 4 live sales trainings per month. And then every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for 3 hours every day, we have a coach on call. This is your opportunity to get one-on-one for 10 or 15 minutes with either me or one of my certified coaches to go over your unique scenario, your unique idea, or to get feedback on something that you're working on inside of your business. It's free to check us out. Go to our website, tloponline.com, click on the coaching section, and see the various ways that you can let T-Lop invest in your future success. All right, so I have one more thing that I've picked up over the past really 3 going on 4 weeks since the new year started, doing our travels and onboarding new coaching members. And it's this, and this came up, actually it was on the Mortgage Mafia Facebook page. Yeah. Yep. So T-Lop runs a Facebook page that's private, but it's the Mortgage Mafia. As long as you're a licensed originator, if you go ahead and find it and ask to be included, I'll let you in. But you have to answer the questions. You know how many people don't answer the questions? Like I have like 5 questions.
If I have to take a test to enter the club, I ain't doing it.
Okay, then you just don't get let in. Like I hit decline.
You had to answer the questions to get let into those.
No, because it still comes to me. And then what I'll do if I'm in a good mood, if I'm in a good mood, which I am like 2/3 of the time, half the time.
Fucking invert that decimal point. So yeah. What's 3 divided by 2?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right. If I'm in a good mood, I'll go ahead and click on your profile. And if your profile makes you look like and what you're posting is that of a mortgage loan originator, I'll let you in. Right. But if you're not, like, no, answer the damn questions, I'll let you in. But one of the community members posted, and I think he was replying to something that I recently posted. And I was like, damn, I love that. And it was like, we basically need 3 things to be successful as sales professionals, right? We need to be credible, relatable, and then we have to bring value, right? Like if you're trying to boil down, if you're running a business or you're in sales, like, hey, what do I need to do in order to get people to buy from me so I can move product, bring in revenue, generate commissions, etc. And the dude's like, oh, pretty simple. Like I had a manager teach this to me. It's always resonated. Credible, relatable, bring value. And it got me thinking, let's start with the relatable. Do y'all know how many people just aren't likable?
Millions and I would say billions.
Billions?
On the planet, yeah.
Yes. Like people just aren't. And it's probably the toughest thing as someone who coaches other professionals. Like, Karina, if you weren't likable, how would you like me to tell you that? Like, how do I say, hey, just don't think people like you?
That's not allowed in 2026, Dustin. You know you can't do that.
No, with this new administration, you can do whatever. Yeah, that wasn't allowed in previous administrations, but this administration, you can do whatever you want.
I'd be like, yo, you suck.
I mean, look, a friend of mine, he once told me a story. Shout out to Tim Davis. He told me a story where he straight up told someone, he's like, hey, I'm not going to bring you on as a client.
He's like, what do you mean you don't want my money?
Correct. And so he's like, I was like pretty flabbergasted. Like, dude, I don't like you.
Bro, I do not
And-
like your ass.
Yeah. And like, how can I help someone that I don't like? He goes, and by the way, if I don't like you, I'm afraid other people don't like you. At which point you're going to tell me I suck as a coach because you're not making sales. But really it comes down to you're not relatable, like relatable and likable. I've had people that I've wanted to say to them, hey, you should probably shave your beard. Right? I get it. Beards are trendy. I've been rocking a beard for 7 years. Right? For 7 years I've been rocking a beard, but I can grow a full beard. These dudes that can't grow full beards, and it's like, what is that like? It's like you have a boa
Are you
on
talking to me? Because I can't grow a full beard.
No,
sir.
but you don't try to.
So how do you know? I've been fucking letting this go for 3 months.
He's definitely trying.
Oh, have
to.
you? It's not working. Yeah, but you don't look scruffy. You don't have like, I call it a neck beard. It's like someone like wrapped a boa around their neck because all their facial hair actually dropped down to their neck, and that's
I wish
where it
I
grows.
knew what it was, man. My shit looks like Paul Pierce.
Yeah, or like there's certain hairstyles that I'm like, look, if you're a 21-year-old college baseball player and you want to rock a mullet, awesome. But I don't know how scalable a not clean mullet is.
Yeah, true.
Right? Or like guys, like Karina, I'll ask you because you're younger. You see someone in cornrows, cool, trendy, hip.
That's a bad one because you can be like 45, 50 years old with cornrows now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
just
a little
curious.
odd. I feel like, yeah, right? Now you got me thinking, like,
I'm
past a
like,
certain
actually-
age, you shouldn't be having cornrows.
Well, I'm just, like-
But I don't think it's bad, though. I don't think it looks bad for certain people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well then for certain people, because like we worked with this guy George. He's like model, good looking, built like a fitness guy, like a fitness model. And his hair was always. You remember George?
Yeah.
His hair was tight. I mean, it was always sharp, professionally done. Really, like I wouldn't call it cornrows. It was more like braids that were done.
Yeah.
But even still, eventually, after 2 years in this industry, George cut his hair. I'm like, George, what'd you do? He's like, man, I just couldn't do it anymore. What George found is that style worked for some of the market, but not all of the market. And it's like, look, if I'm trying to be successful at my job and successful in sales, sometimes I maybe need to be a little bit more blah, a little bit more bland. But if I'm going to err on the side of anything, it's like I want to be dressed well, I want to be well groomed, and I want to be bathed. And there are people out there that I'm like, dude, you're in a t-shirt.
Fucking stank.
Yeah, well, you're in a t-shirt. You
Yeah,
got
I hope
pit
they're
stains and you haven't shaved your face, or if it's a woman, like you're not wearing makeup, you haven't done your hair. And I'm not saying like you have to do those things.
Fucking scorched earth, Dustin. Tell them how you really feel.
Well, I'm just saying that if you want to give yourself a higher probability of success.
Stop looking frumpy and ugly, and if God made you that way, change it.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good. Deion Sanders taught it to us all back in the 80s. It still works today. Look good, feel good, play good. So that was the relatable aspect. The credible is, man, you just got to do what you say you're going to do and know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you better surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, at which point you can take great notes, go do good research, and then come back with the answers. And then bring value. That's probably the hardest thing. I watch and witness so many salespeople want to show up to a sales call or an appointment, and they absolutely just vomit all over themselves about how awesome they are, how awesome their company is.
Me. That's
Yes.
That's a lot of what LinkedIn is now, Dustin. So I'm curious to get your thoughts on the toxicity of LinkedIn as a platform.
Ooh, have you been on LinkedIn?
I mean, no, because I don't need a job.
It's
It's toxic.
yeah, it's also my feed, but
Sorry, my bad. It's great.
no. I mean, I'm on LinkedIn, and we help build the T-Lot brand by leveraging LinkedIn. I'm a huge fan of it, but you are right. Something is shifting, and I don't know how much value LinkedIn is actually bringing. It's almost as if it's a whose dick is bigger competition.
Yes, mine.
And yeah, and it's like that's never fun, right? When you start getting that one-up game, like let me one-up you, let me see how many views. But you want to bring value, you want to connect with your audience, you want to I use it to share clips of the show.
Right.
I mean, ultimately, why I think the clips bring value to the right people. The wrong people are like, what the hell? Why is he posting again? Well, I guess you're the wrong person. I'm not bringing you value. But if I can bring value, then maybe in those 5 or 7 minutes, it was worth your time. And then if you want more, then we can push you to the YouTube channel or to listen to the entire episode. But no, bring value to me is when I'm coaching loan originators. Like, y'all, when you sit down in front of a real estate agent or a home builder or financial advisor, your entire meeting needs to be about how you can help them sell more homes and make more money. That's it. Not about your technology, not about your product, not about like anything except for how does this help them sell more homes and make more money? If you can bring value. But a lot of times you don't know what value is until you first ask. So like I coach people, your first meeting is you going in as a reporter asking questions. But I just loved how that guy broke it down. He's like, look, we got to be credible, we got to be relatable, and we got to bring value.
I like those 3 things. You should combine those into your next presentation. Just straight swipe and adapt. Don't even change the wordage.
John, most, if not everything that I do is a swipe and adapt.
Bro, that's a go one. You should be your next keynote.
It 100% will be my next. The only thing that makes it original is like the way that I phrase it, the way that I explain it, or the analogies or the examples I give.
Bump all that. Just change the order.
Just change the order, bring value,
Yep.
be credible,
Yep.
and most importantly, make sure you're relatable.
Now it's yours.
Now it's mine.
Yeah, you change the order. Now.
First thing we have to do is bring value. Like if we don't bring value, no one cares how credible you are, nor does it matter how relatable you are.
There you go.
But if you bring value, now they're going to ask me, are you a credible person, Karina? Because you're bringing me value, but if you're not credible, I might not trust you. The minute you can prove your credibility, now I have to figure out, do I even like you? And by like you means, are you relatable? Do I have something in common with you? Do I see a piece of me in you? Which a piece of me in you, John, could be, are you someone I once was? Or a piece of me could be, are you someone I want to be? You like how I did that? You just gave me directive, and I just wrote my keynote in front of you and Special K.
That's how you know you're a salesman.
You think so?
Yes.
That's what a good salesperson does?
Takes a pile of shit and sells it to the next simp.
Which would be you or Karina?
No, our great listeners out there in the ether.
Oh, beautiful. Speaking of our great listeners, I think this is a good place to wrap up today's show.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have to walk off today's set, so I'll let you finish.
No,
Dustin.
I appreciate you
Please
coming
don't.
in.
What are you gonna
with
talk
your
about now?
with
What's
your
this
tight
note?
with your tight timeline?
What are
No,
these
no.
notes you got
I
on?
mentioned this earlier, but I just want to recap what we talked about, John. You don't need to see my notes. Don't worry about those. Karina, did you get everything out that you needed to today?
I did.
Did we hit all your marks?
For sure.
Okay, beautiful. So here's what I have to remind the people, John. The first ever TLOP networking sales conference ever, 2026. This is the year. We're going to call it Unite, by the way. That's the name. We came up with that yesterday. So every year it's going to be TLOP Unite. However, this is TLOP Unite, the Caribbean takeover. Next year may be TLOP Tonight, Chi-Town takeover. Unless ICE gets there first, at which point we won't be going to Chicago, right? So it's the TLOP takeover, but it's the Unite event, September 14th through 18th. Be on the lookout. It's Royal Caribbean's biggest, baddest boat, Utopia of the Seas, and we have already taken down, or what I should say, reserved 100 cabins. So we at least have 100. We can possibly get more.
Yeah,
I think this is going to sell out.
Let's try to get the entire damn ship. 3,000 people on this bitch. Let's make it happen.
I mean, look, don't tempt me, right? Like,
Dustin would
don't
be up
threaten
there,
me with a good time,
Dustin
John.
would be up there like, hey, I've driven a boat before. Let me drive this thing.
Right?
But the captain said, fuck, nobody.
Yeah, after smoking with you and Karina. Yeah, could
dude,
you
you'll get
imagine
brave.
that?
Yes, that would be
but
awesome.
like we were planning it, and we'll have more details coming out. I don't want to like waste too much time, but like we're gonna have like throwing dice with me, playing roulette with Steve, and blackjack with JC.
Real money, not that fake
with
poker
real
shit.
money. We have room for only 9 sponsors. So we have like a VIP sponsor. We have 3 platinum sponsors, and we're going to have 5 gold sponsors that we make available. The VIP and the platinum actually get rooms that like on the ship. And it's going to be affordable. That's what's the best part. This is all about an experience. So we're going to have a beach bash. We're going to have a whole day in the Bahamas together. Then we're also going to have an entire like sales conference, but there will be events and breakouts every single day. So Monday through Thursday, be on the lookout, but it is TLOP Unite, and it's TLOP takes over the Caribbean. The ship goes out of Port Canaveral, which is right outside of Orlando, Florida. And then the last 2 things I wanted to remind people, hey, look, we do have a coaching company. It's pretty badass. We have 4 ways that you can come learn with us. You have 4 ways that we can invest in you. All that information is on our website, tloponline.com. Currently, we're filling up our next boot camp, which is a 16-week originator launch boot camp. You won't want to miss that for the right loan originators. And then the last thing was a reminder. I love doing this career advisory. I really want to see this take off. My goal is to be able to give career advice to 5 to 6 originators or branch managers or even company owners on a weekly basis. That way, if I run my math, I can serve over 250 mortgage professionals in this year alone. JC, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us.
I like
you
this
are
format.
you are a crowd favorite. You are a fan favorite.
Hey, but do I add value? Am I a source of love or something? Am I credible?
You know what I say to that?
What the
Yeah, it don't matter, John. You're JC, and you get to make the rules. Karina, I appreciate
Thanks,
you
Karina.
coming to hang
you,
out with us.
Reedy.
Y'all, if you like content like this, do us a favor. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're tuning into Spotify or Apple, give us a 5-star review. Remember, sharing is caring. And lastly, if you haven't signed up for the TLOP newsletter, it's free. I write it. I feature JC next to never in the newsletter, but it is chock full of pertinent information that you need to be more successful. That information is also found on our website, tloponline.com. Just click newsletter, type in your information, and you'll start receiving every single Thursday. Thanks, y'all. He's John Coleman. I'm Dustin Owen. She's Special K, a.k.a. Karina Mojica. That's all the time we have for you today, but we look forward to catching you on the next episode. Peace.